What is up, my friends? As promised, here is part 2 of last night's news roundup. We were holding this one back to the morning because we didn't want to overload you with news yesterday. But today, we're going to be focusing on the situation at left back and centre back. Last night, of course, we discussed Isak and Sesko. Today, well, we're going to be talking about Hato and Kerkez and giving you the very latest on Liverpool's pursuit of potentially both. So once you've watched the video, you know the drill. We want to know your thoughts, so let us know in the comment section. Drop a like if indeed you enjoy it. And of course, we'd love you to hit that subscribe button. Also want to let you guys know, our live show is currently on sale for our end of season party at the Hot Water Comedy Club in Liverpool on May 28th. You can get your tickets with the link in the description of this and most of our recent bits of content. It is an all ages event and we cannot wait to come across and celebrate a monumental season with the great folks over in Liverpool, and we hope to see you there on the night. Right, let's start off a little bit from Paris Saint-Germain actually. And just when you think that you couldn't get wound up or frustrated by them anymore, well, they keep giving. So we hit Luis Enrique speaking about the fact that they had a tougher task this weekend in the league fixture than they faced in some of the Champions League games. Slight little dig there perhaps, but you'll notice, Lewis, we won. You didn't, so tough task or not, we got the victory. Anyway, they've also said that Arsenal and Bayern Munich, their opponents in the league format of the Champions League, were stronger and more complete than Liverpool. So, your thoughts on that one? That comes from L'Equipe. PSG just keep digging this hole, don't they? And they're doing the team talk for Arne Slot and the boys ahead of Tuesday night's game. And remember, this is a massive, massive one for both clubs. We're going to be starting nice and early from 6:30 for the watch along. Hope you can join us for it. Let's see how that pans out for PSG. Right. We mentioned to you guys that Liverpool want Milos Kerkez. It's not just us, many journalists have been saying it as well. Fabrizio Romano, though, has gone a little bit further and said that Liverpool are in contact for Milos Kerkez and he is high on their list. Now look, we know Kerkez we've been linked with. We know Huijsen from Bournemouth we've been linked with. Semenyo from Bournemouth we've been linked with. How many players Bournemouth are willing to sacrifice, I really don't know. But is there a world where maybe it isn't just Milos Kerkez that comes in? Maybe, and we'll talk about Jorrel Hato in a little while, maybe there's a way that Liverpool could move for both, or am I being greedy here? Don't worry, I'm going to come back to it in a second. But with regards to Kerkez, you've seen lots of prices around 40 million. I really feel, like I've said numerous times, that's going to be higher than 40 million. But United aren't in the market, as I've said many times now, at left back, and they were probably our biggest competition for Kerkez. So if Liverpool are serious and put their money on the table, we could well see Milos Kerkez arriving in the summer. Now, before we move on to speak about Jorrel Hato, a little bit on Mohamed Salah, because of course we await the contract news around himself, Trent, Virgil, Diaz, Kanade, Bradley, and a few others. But what we know for a fact is Mohamed Salah is now joint 5th with Sergio Aguero on the all-time Premier League scorers list. I think I made a mistake in last night's video and said he was 4th. My apologies on that one. But this is where he fits in. Top of the pile, Alan Shearer with 260 Premier League goals. I don't think anybody's catching him. Then comes Harry Kane with 213. Wayne Rooney next on the list with 208. Andy Cole of Newcastle and Manchester United then with 187 goals. Then comes Mohamed Salah and Sergio Aguero with 184 apiece. And you wouldn't bet against Mo going past Andy Cole's record in the next, month or so really. And then you look up 208 to Wayne Rooney. It's a big task, but if he refreshes his contract and stays at the club, anything is possible. One more stat though on Mo, he has now become the quickest player to destroy basically the goals and assists record in the Premier League. With 29 games played, he's already beaten the record that existed for a 38 game season. So we'll keep you up to date with how he gets on to the remainder of the campaign. But of course, he has Thierry Henry's record of 20 plus goals and assists in the same season firmly in his sights. FIFA, just when you think that they haven't ruined the game enough or perhaps interfered in the game enough, well, now they might have to break their own rules. This piece here from the Times said the FIFA would have to bypass the laws of the game and increase the length of half time to beyond the maximum 15 minutes that's currently permitted in order to accommodate a Super Bowl style halftime show for the 2026 World Cup final, which is of course being discussed. I want to know how you guys feel about this, because selfishly as fans, we like as much entertainment as we can get. But if you're a player and you're in there and you've got 15 minutes and you need to keep warm and you need to keep focused and you want to get back out there for the second half of a World Cup final, how big of an impact do you think a halftime show might have? I would dare to say quite a big one. But let me know your thoughts on it. We know that Coldplay is going to be, I think, formulating the show as well. Don't know if they're performing as of yet, but they are curating the halftime show. So Gianni Infantino and FIFA, have they gone one step too far? Or do you think this would be a good addition to a World Cup final? And also, it's looking like 2030, they're trying to make it a 64 team tournament for the 2030 Centenary World Cup. Let me know your thoughts on that one. 64 teams in a World Cup. I mean, as a one-off, maybe, but it's a lot of football. Right, we did say that we're going to speak a little bit more about Kerkez and Hato. So I have one more bit on Milos Kerkez before we move on to Jorrel Hato. Team talks say that Liverpool are determined to sign Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth in the summer, but Real Madrid are also looking at a potential deal. So, hopefully Los Blancos disappear and let Liverpool have a free run. But let me know your thoughts on that. Real Madrid sniffing around as well. Now, finally, we spoke about Jorrel Hato many times this season. And I want to know from you guys, do you think it's possible that we get Kerkez and Hato? Because, of course, we know Hato operates at left back, but he can also operate left side at centre back as well. This piece here said that Liverpool are reportedly prepared to activate the €60 million buy option in his contract. Sources close to the player are backing him to succeed at Anfield. All the qualities are there for him to thrive under Arne Slot, and that comes from @SoccerNews Netherlands. Let me know your thoughts on that one, ladies and gents, because I'll be honest with you, I know Ajax are top of the Eredivisie. I know Arne Slot knows a lot more about Dutch football than I ever will, but I don't really know all that much about the qualities of Jorrel Hato. Seems to be linked strongly. We know he's good friends with Ryan Gravenberch as well. I think Ryan brought him over to one of our games this season. So let me know here, €60 million, would you be happy if Liverpool did pay that clause? The numbers I've seen previously were about €20 million less than that in all honesty, but much like we mentioned Real Madrid with Milos Kerkez, they're also rumoured to be sniffing around for Jorrel Hato. So, if you had a preference, which one would you go for? Or are you thinking there's any way that we could be greedy and bring both into the club? Let me know your thoughts, and of course, your feedback is always appreciated. I guess I got to finish up by just letting you know that we won't be doing any live streams between now and the watch along for the Paris Saint-Germain game on Tuesday, but we will be back for that game starting from 6:30. Until then, I'm going to try to keep you up to date with as many news update videos as I can. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I just want to give myself a little bit of breathing room, and then we will see you for the game on Tuesday. A massive, massive game, and what is a massive week, finishing with the League Cup final against Newcastle at Wembley. Until then, my friends, I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for your understanding and, of course, your support. We'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.